why this is 5160 and 5180 is acting as a major resistance zone. Unless until we get any price action above this 5180 or any closing above 5180, we strongly believe that crude can continue its downtrend. And also, if you look at the previous day's price movements, you can see the market on the previous day, the market entered this resistance zone and it has taken some resistance around this zone and pushed this market down to the major support zone that was formed on the previous day, which is 5120. You can see this on the previous day the market found some support around 5120 and it closed around 5132. Just what happened, the price opening, what happened yesterday was a continuation of the day, what happened on the previous day. So after the market opened around this, the market straight away came down and it stayed below the major support zone, that is the support was broken and it stayed below this 5120. Now let us see what happened after this. So after the price opening, you can see now this support should act as a resistance. The market is finding some resistance around this zone, which is around 5120. The market is struggling to break this resistance. Let's see, you can see how many times the market is trying to hit this resistance zone, this 5120, which is also supported by the short term averages. These short term averages can guide you and help you while doing some intraday trading or analyzing the trading session during the day trading. So after taking resistance, it was quite successful in breaking 5120. You can notice that the market was quite successful in breaking this 5120. Let us see whether the market can sustain this 5120. So after breaking this 5120, the market is finding a good support around this 5120. But you can see it is struggling and it is finding a zone between 5130 to 5120. Now let us see whether the market is successful, whether it can break this 5120, whether it is taking a good support around 5020 and it can go and test this 5160. So the market is ready for testing this 5160 again. You can notice that what happened on the previous day, the same thing happened. After getting some support around 5120, the market straight away went and tested the major resistance zone. So the things are repeating again. Yesterday what happened is just it repeated what has happened on the previous day. But it is quite different. The market went up and tested this 5160. Again this 5160 provided a strong resistance for crude market, and the price straight away came down, and you can see the price went up, and it is not as that it came down and tested again this 5120. After taking a resistance around 5160, you can see this always we say the support and resistance is not a single line, it is a zone. So after taking some resistance around 5160, the market came down and tested this 5120 again, but it could not sustain there. So finally this 5120 was broken during the later session and the price came down and it is dropping. So you may notice that where it has reached the targets. So after breaking this 5120, you can see that the market straight away came down and tested this 5060. So we have marked this 5060. If you can remember the importance of 5060, it was the previous week low. So the market, you can go back and watch our Monday presentation. You can see this 5060 is the average low that was on the previous week. So the market again from 5160, it is a very good gain because after taking some resistance around 5160 and 5180 zone, it is a 100-point gain in crude market. And also yesterday we had a crude oil inventory report that also pushed the market down. The report is also not supportive for the buyers. So that is the major reason that the market pushed this and break this 5120 support zone, and it came down and tested the weekly low of 5060. So after that the price went up and you can see the market closed around 5090, 5087. This is the zone where the market closed. So what we can understand from this is that the market clearly has taken some resistance around 5160 and the importance of 5120. So this is the area which we should be very clear about that. This 5120 we cannot take it very easily. This is going to be the zone for the future, that is for the coming week. This 5120 to 5130 is going to play some important role in crude market. But if you notice, if you are following NYMEX prices, probably everybody would be following that. If you are following NYMEX price, you can see the NYMEX price is dropping from 106.4 till 108.4. It has broken 108.4. So it is a very big drop in NYMEX prices. It is a very continuous drop in NYMEX prices, but in MCX the market is sustaining this 5000, around 5060 zone, just because of the rupee factor. Unless until we see rupee around and above 55, it is always going to stay above this 5000, because that is the reason the market has sustained this 5060 and it is forming a support around 5060. But it is quite logical that after a very big drop like this in NYMEX prices, we can always expect some pullback. So clients whomever have made sufficient profit in this zone, let us now stay back and just wait for good opportunities, because this week let us always we start with the week with a target and we go with within the week from Monday to Friday. If you have made sufficient profit, just wait for a beautiful opportunity to enter into the market again, because after a very huge drop like this in NYMEX prices, we can always expect some pullback. So we can expect some pullback and we can expect some consolidation that can happen during the today and for tomorrow. That will prepare us a platform for the Monday trading session, so for the next week trading session. So what you can do is that you can wait and target this 5120 zone. This is going to play a very key role for the coming week. 5120, why we are saying this, just go ahead and see. Just follow the straight line of 5120 what has happened, because on Wednesday yesterday the market provided some strong support on 5120. On Tuesday the market provided some support on 5120, and on Monday this 5120 acted as a resistance. So what is happening around 5120 is going to be important for us in the future. So we want you to just remember the zone 5120 and 5130. This is going to be the zone for the future. So what we can do is that today also we can expect crude to stay in downtrend, because today we are expecting crude to open just above the previous day's closing. When we analyze this previous day's opening and closing, you can see yesterday market closed well below the opening. The opening is around 5130s and the closing is around 5080s. And the high and low, you can see the high was around 5152, around 54 it has created a high. On the previous day high is around 70 though, so the high is decreased, and the low, you can see this is the low. Always we indicate the market high and low with blue color box. The market low was around 5117, but yesterday's low was around 5000 and around 5165. So what we can suggest based upon the high, low and open close analysis, you can see the market was dominated by the sellers yesterday, and today and for the coming day also we can expect some selling to continue in crude market. Just target the zones and trade. 5120 and 5130 is going to be the important zone, and we for today and for tomorrow what we can do is that just wait for this zone of 5120, 5160 and 5180. Again this zone holds good for the trading for selling to today also. That means that today also and for the coming day also we need to know what is happening around this 5160 to 5180. Since the stop loss zone is bit higher, we request clients to wait, because there can be some pullback. The market will come to 5120. You can wait for the opportunity for the market to come near 5120 and 5160 to 5180, and clients who are having sufficient fund can test the market in this zone. And once the zone was broken around 5180, and if the price is comfortably staying above that, because what we have seen is that the market is not going to straight away within the seconds, it is not going to flash and break this 5180, it is not going to fly away. Surely even if it is going to break, you can see nowadays the market is providing us some ample time for us to take a very good valuable trading decision. So whenever the price is breaking this 5180, we will get some time and we will then reverse our decision based upon whether we are getting a closing above this 5180 or not. Till then crude is good for selling. So you can go short. Clients who are having sufficient funds can go short in the market. Clients who are having minimum funds can stay away and wait for the market to consolidate, and you can make use of the opportunity after that. So what we expect today is that we expect crude to continue its downtrend, but wait for the resistance zone and then hit it. Please don't go for a buying. So we always don't go against the trend. The trend is always going to be our friend. So if you are following our presentation, if you are following our method of trading, so we don't go against the trend unless until we get a clear confirmation that it is not that just we feel that so that I can go since the market has dropped more than from 106 to $89, so we can expect a pullback. We can expect a pullback, that is quite normal, but it is not necessary you should bet against the trend. So stay with the trend, let us wait for the opportunity, let the market move higher, then we can go for a buy. Till then stay in a sell downtrend. Let us see what's going to happen during our trading session. Thanks a lot for watching our video. Take care, happy trading, bye.